Welcome to Nathan's Mind Movies. Episode 2, The Order.
On a Friday night, in a busy restaurant in Philadelphia, I stood in the kitchen, paralyzed with fear as I thought about a terrible mistake. My career in the restaurant industry wasn't going well. That night, I'd sneezed on a man's head while grinding his pepper, mistaken an elderly woman's oxygen tank for a wine bottle. And when unsure if I should greet a table as, "Hey guys," or "Hey everyone," I panicked and simply said, "Hello, my people." They sat in silence, wondering why I had addressed them like a Roman emperor. Every interaction failed. My manager encouraged me to engage in more small talk with customers, but at the next table, my mind blanked, and I spent the next 5 minutes rambling to them about the moon landing conspiracy. "If you look closely," I told them as I tilted my phone screen over their candle, "the American flag is blowing in the wind, but there isn't any wind on the moon. So, why is it blowing, you know?" Can we just give you our order?" "Sure," I said, mumbling. Some people can't handle the truth. The fear of performing had reduced me to a babbling, incompetent buffoon. On one survey that asked to rate the service from excellent to poor, someone had written a new option on my card titled, "Probably High." And ticked it twice. But nothing would compare to my latest mistake. I walked out to greet a group of 10 well-dressed customers. "Good evening, my people. How are we doing tonight?" "We're good." "So, my name is, Nathan." They nodded politely, and I paused until I remembered that the customer isn't supposed to introduce themselves too. Now for the small talk. So the weather, huh?" I floundered. Wonder if we'll get a lot of rain next Thursday." Small talk complete. They stared at me, hoping I would elaborate on the significance of Thursday. But instead, I pulled out my crumpled notepad and clicked my pen. "So how about some food? Ready to order?" "Yeah. This house special, does it have peanuts in it? I wasn't sure, so I resorted to an old trick of mine, giving confusing answers until the person gives up. I don't believe that it doesn't." "So, it doesn't?" Not that I likely couldn't recall." "So it does have peanuts?" "Not necessarily most likely." "Good, because, we don't eat them." I looked up at the group and they all confirmed with a polite smile. As they placed their drink orders, my mind began to drift. That's strange that all of them don't eat peanuts. Are they all allergic? I didn't realize that people with peanut allergies segregated themselves like that. Wow, America is even more divided than I thought. But maybe it isn't even like that. Maybe they're in some kind of support group for people who can't eat peanuts. Maybe they get together once a month and comfort each other, saying, "It's okay. I hear peanut butter doesn't even taste that good. Here, have some Nutella." I snapped back into reality. "So, 10 house specials?" They nodded. I served their food and went to the kitchen and started washing glasses. I saw the staff notes for the evening written on a blackboard on the wall and read something terrible. House special. Has peanuts. Warn customers in case customer has allergy. Use basic common sense. Everyone please remind Nathan. Because ... you know ... My heart stopped. I'd like to say that I immediately ran out there and smacked the forks out of their hands and screamed for a doctor, but I froze and my mind soared. Those people would die and I would be charged with murder. The surviving members of the Peanut support group would probably hire a seasoned lawyer to prosecute my case. Some hotshot with a name like Elliot Finch, who'd spent years prosecuting high-profile peanut allergy cases. The case would be all over the news. Couldn't this all just be a misunderstanding? Piers Morgan would ask Finch. Oh, he knew what he was doing, Finch would snap. We're dealing with a real psychopath here. He refers to his victims as my people. The trial would be broadcast in restaurants and peanut farms across America. Mr. Nathan, Finch would start while taking measured steps around the packed courtroom, the clicking of his polished shoes adding to the symphony of camera clicks and hushed whispers. Could you tell us what happened on that fateful Friday night? Of course I couldn't necessarily say that I wouldn't, perchance, I would babble. After debating for 5 minutes, the jury would find me guilty, and the courtroom would erupt in applause, and everyone would celebrate. Yes, that would be my fate, and I remained frozen in the kitchen, waiting to hear the sounds of screams and sirens. But I heard nothing. Instead, my manager walked in and said we needed to talk. What happened with that table of 10 you served the house specials to? She asked. They're really upset, Nathan. Just upset? Yeah. Not, like, dead upset? The group, it turned out, was so angry by the obvious smell of peanuts in the dish that they requested to talk to the manager straight away. They got 50% off of their meal, and a new server had been assigned to them without my knowledge. You can take the rest of the night off, she said. I left the restaurant knowing that I'd soon be fired and would have to find another job, probably waiting tables. But I felt thankful for the fact that tonight, reality had been kinder than my imagination. The end.
Nathan's Mind Movies are written and narrated by me, Nathan Adeshina. I hope you enjoyed today's story. If you did, please remember to subscribe or maybe tell a friend about the show. Now I'll go back into my head and meet you next time with a story to tell. Take care.